these haven't left now. And in fact, their habits and their choices have gotten easier. I have been more identifiable and less work now required to control me, restrict me, and set me aside. People in Arizona in cars would keep track of speed and patterns to do street racing. Here now in Seattle, Washington, they keep track of sidewalk speed for pedestrians to evade the police, who are almost never around anyway. Although a little more now after a mass shooting a little while back. Mostly enforcing health standards, they say, in the news and media. Making less arrests to avoid getting sick. So now there's even less having to worry about invading, and there's more emphasis on the stimulus and the person preventing the high from being awesome. There's an emotional response to all of this I'm trying to describe, explain, and think about now. And when emotion gets involved, people commit suicide, people get depressed, people go and become lonely, quiet, silent, dark, and mysterious. They get angry, they do horrible violence, they abuse, they assault. And nobody talks about what else people do in these conditions. Having the guts and the grit and the tenacity to work towards a hard, difficult, and nearly unobtainable goal, purpose, and hope. Not to go make money, flat out, plain and simple. To keep going to college, getting books, learning, getting better, achieving success, failing, getting back up, and going again and again and again, like training in bodybuilding, like training to play a sport, like training to play a musical instrument. worthlessness. Everybody's saying every solution to a problem, everybody telling people words and language and using gestures and behavior and looking and staring and explaining for control, for gosh darn bliss. The window getting shut. In the world now, here in Seattle, Washington, where I live, why aren't you shutting the door? Another person says. It's not a door, I say. It's a window. Shut the window. Well, I'm sorry, I meant the window. I thought the door was open. Oh. Can you shut the window? Oh, I just did. Okay, but next time you need to be more respectful. I'm getting frustrated. I'm getting annoyed, and this is not emotionally responsible. Oh, I thought it was like a social interaction. The person does. And I do. And then I'm alone. Now. Similar to me going downstairs, saying to my landlord, sir, Mr. Landlord, sir, I have the time, 1:17 p.m., my Chaplin box was delivered. Paraphrasing. Can you help me find out if it was simply delivered? Trying to find out, okay, was it left out and then it disappeared and it was taken away? It's about this much of footage. It's this much of footage. Not saying I want to catch the thief. I was trying to get the information to solve the problem of having my delivery sent from USPS and saying it got delivered at 1:17 p.m. So I could then go and say to the seller or say to the business, the USPS, can we file an insurance claim? What my mom had suggested me do. Well, I gotta go talk to this person, he said. The building manager. The landlord has to go talk to the building manager and she'll go look at it. And then I said, well, it doesn't solve the problem. Well, she's the building manager now. She's in charge. And I said, well, I don't understand the communication. And gosh darn, what's the time frame? Do they have limits for how long they keep the footage? I mean, are they going to go look at it next week, or how long, mostly will the process take to solve the problem with the small amount of time needed to get watched by the person's eyes? And I stared at his fingers. And he said, do you want me to have her call you? And that's kind of the trajectory towards emotional and distracting world. Having a problem solved in less time than it took me to make this 15-minute video. Stretched out to days, stretched out to uncertainty, stretched out to unknown boundaries, unknown schedules, unknown forms of communication, except the phone call from the manager who's my counselor, who doesn't call me back when I call her and leave her messages, or when I call and try to reach her. And a person like me now has to say to this man, this landlord, or whoever they are, gender neutral, keep the money I spent on the object. Either in the hands of a thief, interfered with by the property management, misplaced, lost, or an easier explanation, the post office made a mistake. So much thinking, so much thought, so much brain energy spent trying to solve such a small technological problem. Almost like the technology has been taken as a mechanism for control. To have me come back, to have me talk on the phone, to have me come back, to have me come back, to have me keep coming over, and to really make sure I'm calm and my hormones don't get too out of control. Meanwhile, I'm poor, broke, hungry, scared, afraid, and terrified for the next 10 years until they figure out, well, will the world ever let me go to school and be successful, or will they simply leave me on Social Security disability and wait until the government no longer provides the funds to keep me alive now?